Hey everybody, Tio from Art Geek Teaching. Today we're going to do a really short video and I'm going to show you some failure on a new project that I had with Encaustic. Failed in 3 different ways. Coming up. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to put together another tissue paper piece, but this one I want to be able to use some Encaustic on, and so rather than using any acrylic-based glues, I'm going to use wallpaper paste, and it'll be ready to roll that way. So I'm just going to, basically I'm going to just put together some random pieces, parts and pieces. I've got to get this stuff over here closer to me. Random parts and pieces for collage, and I'm not going to think too much about this, just going to put it on here. And a little hard to do both sides of tissue paper, so just going to put it on one side. Normally glue to glue is the best scenario for this, but with tissue paper you really can't do the other side of it. So and I don't like, actually this paper I don't like very much, because when you rip it, it has a white edge on it, which is kind of annoying, and it's a little bit thicker than I would normally use too. So anyway, just going to move along and glue to glue, get this stuff put together, and then I'll let it dry and we'll come back and do the next step.
Only want what's best, what is best for you.
We are just going to make this a really light wash. Of various colors, because we know that our tissue works best with lighter colors. So I'm just gonna mix a couple in here and give us a really light wash, and really that's gonna be it. I don't want it totally white, I don't want it brown. I want to be able to see through some of this stuff, but I need it lightened up. And so that is exactly what we're gonna do. Just mix a few colors in here. And if you don't like what it looks like, not a big deal. If you get it on too thick, no big deal. We always can go back in with our baby wipes and get some of it out of there.
Best for you. For you. Maybe I never knew what I really wanted, but looking back I can see it's all clear. I'm still a kid trying to act like they all taught me, but nothing makes sense anymore. could have seen it all coming, that I wouldn't grow wiser for each day. Am I the only one lost in translation, where nothing makes sense anymore?
Okay, and here I'm just getting ready to put a very thin layer of encaustic medium over the entire thing. This is a technique that I saw on painting with fire. I think Christina Lovisa showed it to us, and I'd never done that before. I think it's kind of cool. You just put a kind of a little pile of your encaustic medium right in the center of your image there, and then use your iron to kind of gently just melt it and then move it to the sides. It's a really quick way to put together a real thin layer of medium over your image without having to brush it on. And so actually this is where the next fail is. My iron stops working here, and I initially thought it was just that I blew the circuit breaker, which is fairly common, but that was not the case. My iron failed, and I had to take that bloody thing apart and before I could go any further with this. And that gets to the last fail, which was I forgot to turn the camera on while I was painting the rest of the encaustic. So there you have it. Here's the image. Final. It was not an image that I was really happy with, but I was under a deadline to get it up in a show. And so here's just some close-ups. I apologize that I don't have the last bits and pieces of paint going on there, encaustic paint going on there, but I don't know what I was thinking. I just forgot to record it. So anyway, there you have it. 3 or 4 different fails on one single project, which is common in the studio. Not a big deal. I learned a tremendous amount from this, and the next one ought to go a little bit smoother. Thanks for joining me. Have an amazing day.
Alone in this world, but you have to put your trust in